Well, hello everyone, wherever you are. Good afternoon, good morning, or whenever you get to watch this. Welcome aboard. This is the Expert Friday call. This is where we really get down to business. This is where we share with you top producers, the go-getters, the people that don't wait, the people that make it happen, what's happening, what's good. So welcome aboard. Got that invitation. I see people are trickling in. We had lots of people that registered. So welcome everyone. As you're coming in, as the room gets open for you here at Zoom, please introduce yourselves. Let us know, where are you hailing from? What city, what country, what's the brokerage you're with? And we'll get this show on the road shortly. Your audio, Mr. Montalenti.
But now, can you hear me now?
Right, Diana from Chicago. Welcome, Diana. Linda from Austin, Texas. Duke Gray with EXP. Oh my goodness, now I'm moving so fast I can hardly keep up here. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. We have somebody joining us from the beautiful Argentina. You see?
Excellent. Can you hear me now, Mario?
Where I learned how to dance the tango. So welcome aboard, Deborah. We also have Minnesota, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Hey, Team Teeps, he's here too. How you doing, Tim? Oh, Alex, let's check your audio again.
Can you hear me now?
No, sir. Can you guys hear Alex? If you can hear Alex, please let me know. I cannot hear him, but it might be my audio.
Yeah, they can hear me.
Can you hear Alex? Yes, sure. They hear you. I'm the only one that's got the problem. Welcome aboard, Alex.
Welcome. Thanks for having me. Awesome. Thanks for joining, everybody. Got over 60 people on the call. I love to see it. I just took a red eye from Las Vegas. I was at a Keller Williams family reunion event. We go to about 50 trade shows a year, but it was important for me to be here for all of you and talk about Facebook and AI. So I'm here on very little sleep, but sleep doesn't matter as long as you have the mindset that I've got a lot of energy. And right now, I've got a lot of energy for all of you. So if you've got energy for this call, just put energy in the chat. Let's raise the bar. Let's raise the energy. Give me some energy. I don't need sleep. I just need all of you to be like, let's go, Alex.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Energy. I love it.
There you go.
All right. So today we are talking about Facebook and AI. And the nice thing about Facebook and AI is that Facebook has existed for a really long time, right? But AI has just come on the scene. So when you take AI with Facebook, you've got a powerhouse team. And this powerhouse team is on your side for you to do more business, more efficiently, more productively. So my first question for all of you is, I know all of you are using Facebook, but how many of you are actually using AI? And then how many of you are using AI to do your Facebook posts, to do your Facebook messages? So put no in the chat if you're not. Put yes, Facebook and AI if you're doing both. Awesome. Rana says I use the free version. Tim says no, not yet. So a lot of people are not using it yet. Awesome. I'm going to break it down so simple today. And now, Mario, can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome. So I'm going to break it down really simple today. And I was thinking about how to present this to you all. And at first I was like, I can present all of these complex AI tools that are on the market. But the fact of the matter is I do that a lot. And I find that people don't always use the tools because they're complicated, right? We use simple things. We like to use Facebook because it's simple. We like to use Instagram because it's kind of simple. We don't use LinkedIn because it feels more complex. And we don't use YouTube as much because it's even more complex, right? Wouldn't you say the natural progression is, hey, Alex, I'm pretty good at Facebook. I started to get on Instagram. I rarely get on LinkedIn, and YouTube, forget about it, right? That seems to be the progression for most real estate agents. Some people really embrace YouTube. Some people really embrace LinkedIn. But for the most part, we start with the things that are simple. So I thought to myself, what's simple? And the simplest use of AI for me is the prompt, the question, the suggestion, the recommendation, right? AI makes recommendations and suggestions to us that help us to be more productive, that give us the answers in our life, right? So if Mario says, hey, I'm marketing a webinar for Alex called Facebook and AI, and Mario, correct me if I'm wrong, but you'd probably go to AI and say, hey, what's a catchy hook or what's a good description to describe this new webinar we got coming out called Facebook and AI.
Yep.
And Mario might get some ideas from AI. He may take some of them. He may improvise, etc. Right? Deborah says I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up for everybody or just for Deborah? Let me know. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Just with the audio sometimes, Got to double check. So I'm going to share my screen, but what I thought today is I can give you the fish or I can teach you how to fish. And I'm a big fan of teaching my kids how to fish, teaching all of you how to fish. And I want to make sure that you really understand that I'm no genius, right? I'm leading a movement here called Real Estate Influencer Movement. I'm helping all of you become real estate influencers, but authentically, I'm just a few steps ahead. I'm not miles ahead. I'm not like Ryan Serhant ahead. I'm not Kim Kardashian ahead. I'm not a million followers ahead. I'm just always staying up to date. And a lot of the research that I do is using ChatGPT. A lot of the research that I do is using Perplexity. A lot of the research I do is using AI or Google, YouTube. And I'm learning things to stay ahead of the curve for all of you and to bring you the latest and the greatest. But today I was like, you know what? I need to teach you all to fish. I need to teach you that AI is so simple that you can just ask it the same kind of questions you might ask Alex Montalenti. So if you have a question for me about Facebook, put it in the chat. But I'll tell you what Alex is most likely going to do a lot of the time is if he doesn't have the answer, he's going to go look in ChatGPT and find it, right? Yeah, I love it. Nikki says, thank you for your comment that you're just a few steps ahead, not claiming to be the world expert. I'm not, right? I'll never be. It's just I like to do a lot of research. I like to be informed. I like to study the trends and see what's happening. I like to listen to people like Jason Pantana, Tom Ferry. Like, what are they saying about AI, right? Jared James, all these different influencers, they're not the world experts either. They're just ahead of the game. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's get into this. We got 80 people on the call. Want to make your time valuable. So we got this here. So first I'm going to start with the basics, right? We're talking about the power of Facebook and AI. And I could get into the history of Facebook, the difference between Facebook personal and Facebook business, which I will. I'll talk about Facebook friends and creating connections and building relationships. I'll touch a little bit on Facebook ads, but a lot of what I'll cover is how I'm using AI to come up with great things, to come up with great ideas. But before we get started, and I just came from a big event, and I have to say, here was my biggest takeaway at this event. My biggest takeaway was that, I'm a little dark here, hold on, let me get a little lighter. My biggest takeaway is that there were so many panels and there were so many influencers talking about what to do on social media. What's the strategy? How do you do it? How do you get all these followers and all of this? But then I looked at the room and I asked them, hey, do you actually know how to use Facebook? Like, really, do you know how to use it? Do you really know how to use YouTube? Have you set it up the right way? So what I'm going to go over real quick is the anatomy of Facebook, because we have it on our phone every day, but we don't know what all the buttons do. We don't know what all the tools do. So I want you to really, like, I'm selling Facebook as a service to you all in the sense that there's so much more than meets the eye. Facebook is not just about posts, okay? There's way more than that. So first of all, if we were to look at Facebook on your phone, this is what you would see. And I'm calling this a Facebook 101 cheat sheet. You would see that you could post, and you would see on the top right-hand corner a little messenger icon. This is where you're going to send people messages. This little icon called Messenger is the most underutilized yet most powerful tool on Facebook. It's actually not the posts, okay? I want this to land for everybody. Where do you build a relationship on Facebook? Is it on your post with comments and likes? No, that's just them paying attention to you. That's them starting the conversation with you. Where do you develop the relationship on Facebook is through Facebook Messenger, okay? Facebook Messenger is like text message. It's like phone call. It's like conversation. Facebook posts are how you get attention, right? Or you learn about people. But if you want to develop that a little further, you want to be in Messenger. And guess what? 90% of the people that I see are not using Messenger. They're commenting, they're liking. How many people on this call actually use Messenger to develop relationships with your clients and your prospects? Like, you really go in there and spend a little time in there. How many yes, how many no? Awesome. So we got some no's and some yeses, right? So those of you that do it know how powerful it is. I've literally closed deals on Facebook Messenger. I've closed investors on Facebook Messenger. And I'll tell you a story about that in a second. So that's in the top right-hand corner, and that is wide open for all of you. Email's done. I'm just going to say it. Like, I'm over email. I'm like done with email. I think email is so spammed out at this point that it's even too hard for me to go through email. In fact, Apple just did a new release where they put all the spam into folders. That is telling you that email is pretty much done. So what's next? Text Messenger, right? Text messages. Text messages has a couple of years before that one has a spam folder too. Facebook Messenger, still wide open, right? No spam folder in Facebook Messenger yet. Okay, that's how you know. When there's a spam folder, that means it's the end of that communication tool. You get that? Does everybody get that? Let me know if you got that. When you see a spam folder, that means that's the end of that communication tool. Because too many people are using it, right? I'll get into what you message on Facebook in a second. Now, the next piece of Facebook is your stories. Your stories are now on the top, just like for Instagram, stories are on the top. And that's where you're going to document your day, or you're going to have multiple posts a day. And people ask me all the time, hey, Alex, what's too much? Should I post more than once a day? If you're using stories, you could literally be posting all day and keeping your post at the top of everybody else's newsfeed, catching that attention, okay, the attention grabber. But now when you comment on the story, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, now you're in their messenger and you're creating a deeper relationship. Below stories are the posts, and we all sit there and scroll, right? Now, the idea is not to scroll too much or we've wasted a lot of time. As you're viewing the posts, my recommendation is, rather than commenting and liking, which is nice, everybody appreciates that attention, what if you sent a message in their messenger about their post? Hey, I saw your post on Facebook. I loved how you la la la, and I'd love to talk more about XYZ. That's how you drive the relationship from the post. You comment about the post in Messenger. Okay, that's a real hack. That's a real secret that not a lot of people are doing, but that works really well. On the bottom of your Facebook feed, you have home, which looks like a home, like a property. That's going to take you back to your feed. You've got the video icon where you're going to see the videos. You've got the marketplace where you can see properties and post your properties. You've got the people where you can go find your friends. You've got the notifications where you can see all the notifications about the people who have commented on your posts. And then you've got your profile where you can go see your profile. So I just gave you the anatomy of Facebook 101. Was that useful? Now you really understand, like, what are the different buttons? Why are they there? And what's behind door number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? How many people knew this already? This is like 101. I already knew this stuff, Alex. Or, hey, you just taught me something new. I'm just curious. Awesome. This was helpful. Already knew it. Perfect. Hey, for those of you that know it, it's just a refresher. I just want to make sure we get the basics, right? So now we go into the profile. The profile opens up a whole world of opportunity. In the profile, you have the tools. So when you click on your face on the bottom right-hand corner, you've got a whole world of tools. What are the tools on the top? Well, your settings and the search. You've got your profile and your account where you can customize your account. Most people don't go and do that, but you can do a lot of stuff in there. You've got groups, which is going to show you all your Facebook groups that you should be a part of. And I'm going to tell you which ones are the best Facebook groups for real estate. You've got your memories, the things you saved or the memories of the past. Facebook does a great job of holding your memories for you and reminding you of your memories. You've got your saved posts. If you saw something really good on Facebook and you want to save it for later, you can hit save and it'll save it for later. You've got your videos, your marketplace, your friends, your feeds, and your events. That's a lot of stuff. So real quick, if you're using Facebook events right now pretty regularly for your open houses or for online buyer sessions or home buyer webinars or anything like that, let me know. Say I'm using events in the chat. If you're using Facebook groups, put Facebook groups in the chat. Like you're going into local groups, you're meeting local people, you're connecting with people to build relationships, right? These are all accessible from your profile. These are huge tools, and I'm going to dive in deeper on how to use groups to build relationships. I built 5,000 friends mostly through groups, okay? Events. Imagine you put an open house on your Facebook, but here's the catch. You co-host the open house with the owner of the house. So the owner of the home is sharing the open house to all the neighborhood because guess what? Most people buy within their known neighborhood a lot of the times. In fact, my neighbor bought our house, right? So that's just one tip. I'm going to get into that in a second too. But there's a lot available here. So explore your profile page is what I'm saying. Explore these different things. Now, we went over the home screen, which is the feed. We went over the profile page, and here's the notifications on the right-hand side. Notifications is going to tell you who commented, who liked, who friend accepted you, all of that. And that's going to tell you how active you are or not. Now we move on to groups. That's going to tell you the groups that you're a part of, the groups you've joined, and maybe the groups that you want to join. You've got Facebook Marketplace. You're going to see cars for sale. You're going to see homes for sale, all that kind of stuff. And then you've got videos where you can spend hours and hours of time. I usually do not go into the video section because I know I'm going to lose a lot of time there, right? So Penny says, so I really do need Facebook on my phone. Listen, I have a setting on my phone, Penny, where I don't use Facebook for more than 15 minutes a day. And then it pops up and says, you've used your 15 minutes today. Do you want to ignore this message? So I limit my time on Facebook because I want to go in, do my posts, check out the people I want to check out, comment, like, message, and move on. Because I've got multiple platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. If I do 15 minutes a day on each, that's 1 hour of my day. So I think 15-minute limit is pretty good. Now, is going to tell you a lot of things about what to post, when to post, how to leverage Facebook Messenger, how to leverage Facebook groups, right? So I'm going to show you what I did to create this presentation behind the scenes. So we're going to talk about how Facebook, first of all, is not dead for your business. If anybody thinks Facebook is dead for real estate, you're out of your mind. Facebook is always available for business right now. There's way too many people on Facebook. Is it an older platform? And I don't mean by age, I mean by how long it's been around. It is an older platform and it's still very viable, right? Is Facebook about relationship building? Absolutely. So if you think that your Facebook business page is where the action's going to happen, no. You need your Facebook business page, but the action is going to happen on your Facebook personal page because that's where you're building relationship. You're building your relationships on your Facebook personal. That's why we don't even post on Facebook personal because you can't put canned content on a Facebook personal page. It just doesn't go over well. It's got to be you. It's got to be authentic. It's got to be real. So a couple questions I got in here before I keep moving on. So Jane says, how do you set the 15-minute to be on Facebook? Do you just set an alarm? No, there's actually a setting on your phone. You go to, hold on, I'll tell you all because this was really useful for me. It is time. If you go to screen time, which looks like this, it's going to tell you how much time you spend on each platform. And that's going to be your wake-up call, everybody. When you see how much time you've been spending on social media, not being productive, you are going to set a timer on that thing, right? So for iPhone, I'm an iPhone user. I don't know for Android. You'd have to Google it or ask AI, right? Or ask YouTube. But I go to my general and then I go to settings and then I go to screen time and it shows me how much screen time and it lets me set a timer for every app on my phone if I want to. I can say social media, set a timer, and it'll just pop up automatically. You don't have to worry about it. Another question. There is a replay of this, yes. I have very few followers on my Facebook business page. Should I continue to post my Real Greater Influencer auto post on that page? Will the auto post to my business automatically build my follower? Listen, we post to your Facebook business because you have to have something on your Facebook business. Don't look at Facebook business as the place that gets you tons of business. It's keeping you relevant. Where can you get tons of business? Through your Facebook personal. And that's not going to be through automated posts. That's going to be through your creative genius and you being authentic on Facebook personal. I'll get into more of that, but that's a different type of relationship building. That is more you speaking, not your posts speaking. Number 3, Facebook tells your story and helps you stay top of mind, which is why you want to share your story on Facebook personal. The most impactful post you can all do on Facebook personal is the post that tells everybody why you're in real estate. Your story. Why are you committed to real estate? Why are you helping homeowners and home sellers and home buyers? Why are you in this business? Share authentically a story about that. That's going to be your most engaging post. I pretty much guarantee that'll really get a lot of comments. So Facebook's been around for a long time, 2004. 2007, they launched ads. 2007, they launched business profiles. And everybody said, ooh, business profiles. I've got to post on my business profile, like my page, right? Then what happened? Too much advertising, too much spam, too much business posting. So Facebook backed off of all of that and started showing personal posts and ads carefully enough that we don't all leave Facebook. When Facebook becomes too spammy, we will all say goodbye, which is the balance that Facebook has to play. You all have to play the same balance, right? People will leave your feed if you're posting too many listings, too many open houses, too many under contracts. You got to find that balance, or they leave your channel. Does that make sense? If you're following, let me know, say following. 2012, Facebook buys Instagram. 2017, Facebook Messenger launches. Why am I showing you this screen? 2017, Facebook Messenger launches. That was one of the latest launches, so it's still very new, even though we're in 2025. So Facebook Messenger is your opportunity right now on Facebook. Develop your relationships through Facebook Messenger. Develop your friendships through Facebook Messenger. Get closer with your clients on Facebook Personal. Make sense? So now Meta comes around. Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. They're doing a tremendous amount of money, $117 billion. It's easy to get connections on Facebook. You get data analytics. It's easy to post. So that's why most people use it. So here's the thing. We've got all these tools, and there is no shortage of technology tools. That's why most people are overwhelmed by technology, is because there's just too much of it. So we got to stay focused. And my main message for you all for Facebook Personal is you're coming here to build relationships. It's a faster way to build relationships. It's a way to know your clients, your prospects. What are they up to in their life? Many of you who are friends with me on Facebook probably know more about me than other people who are not friends with me on Facebook. Pretty basic assumption, right? You probably, if you're a friend with me on Facebook, like Mario, you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably see more about my life on Facebook than you actually know about my life, right? You might be a unique case because we speak all the time, but for people that don't speak to me all the time, they know more about me from Facebook than anywhere else. That should tell you something. That means you can know more about your homeowners, your clients, your prospects by being friends with them on Facebook than anywhere else. Isn't that valuable? Isn't it valuable to know what's going on in your clients' lives? If you could walk, there was a gentleman, Tony Giordano, that spoke at this event this week. He said, if you could walk up to a home and see everything about the homeowner on the door, wouldn't that be valuable in your conversation to list with them? That's what Facebook is giving you. Everything about that person, which is going to give you valuable insight in your conversation with that prospective homeowner or with that client from the past. Do you understand we live in a world right now where we're so public that it's all available on Facebook? And having that information, and some people might say that's scary. Some people might say that's intrusive. That's stalker. That's information that person is putting out. If they're comfortable with it, you should leverage it. Does that make sense? How many people feel like, wow, I just got something out of that, Alex? Like, there's so much information here that you can leverage in your conversations with your prospects and your clients. That's why you want to friend request them. That's why you want to build a relationship with them. That's why you want to take it to the next level on Facebook with them and then Facebook message them and all of that, right? Because it's giving you insight that you would not otherwise have. Okay, so we talked about all these tools. Let me jump ahead here. Let's talk about posts, okay? I come on Facebook, I want to create a post. I can create a post, I can create a story, I can go live. So many options available to me. I can do a reel. Once I create a post, I can post a photo, a video. I can tag people. I can let them know how I feel. I can check into a location. And I'm showing you all this because a lot of the times we post, but we forget to tag people. And if you don't tag people, like the homeowner on a testimonial, wouldn't that be nice? Tag the homeowner on the testimonial you just posted. So the homeowner now is putting the testimonial out to their sphere. Make sense? Or you check in at a local location, right? There's so many options here. So back to the posts. Here is a basic post concept that works really well. It's a post without an image. It's a simple post. It's a post with just a background color. You might have seen these. These do extremely well. Hey, what's your favorite book of all time? That's a great post. Like literally, you can borrow this post. Feel free to post it. How many people do you think would comment on what's your favorite book of all time? Everybody loves to share. Oh, my favorite book is this. Oh, my favorite book is that. Oh, I read this book and it changed my life, right? So boom, you're going to get a bunch of streaming comments, which wakes up your Facebook algorithm. And that was just a simple post, right? What's your favorite city to visit? So you just have a question. And many of you are like, well, what's the question, Alex? How do I get the question? That's where AI comes in. You could literally go to ChatGPT and say, what's a great question that a real estate agent could post that would generate a lot of comments? Literally just like that. You want to see? Let's try it. So I go to ChatGPT over here. I say, what is a post in the form of a question that a real estate agent could post on Facebook to generate a lot of interest and comments? Because the idea is we want to get attention, right? So that people comment and now we can start conversations. So look, great one. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Oh my gosh, what a great question. How many people love to answer that question? Now, most of you are may be thinking, well, why would I post that question? What's the benefit? The benefit is you just started a conversation with 20 to 30 people in your sphere. And now you can develop that conversation. You might get reminded from somebody from the past, but you just became top of mind for something that anybody can answer. Why is this better than posting real estate stuff? Because most people don't care about real estate stuff right now. That's the part many of you don't get. You want them to care about your listings, but they don't. Mario, do you care about a listing in Miami Beach right now for $2 million? You're muted.
No, I didn't say anything.
Do you care about a listing for $2 million in Miami Beach right now? Like, are you looking to buy one? Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, not at all. Like most people, right? So you might have a listing, but most people don't care about it because only the person who cares about it will actually care about it, right? So you're trying to find that one buyer for a property, but your sphere has hundreds and thousands of people. So we have to find other ways to engage with them, okay? So that's a great one. Here's another, drop your dream location in the comments. So I just asked ChatGPT to write a post idea, and I could literally copy this. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? And paste it into Facebook in that section right here, and that's it. And now I just posted something amazing. That's probably going to generate a lot of comments. Feel free to use that. In fact, I challenge you to use that. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Post that on your Facebook and watch what happens. I pretty much guarantee you're going to get a bunch of comments. Okay, so let's go back to AI suggestions. I'm teaching you how to fish here because I want you all to get familiar with ChatGPT or any kind of AI, whether it's Pi or it's our AI or it's ChatGPT, whatever it is, it can help you. Here's another great way to ask ChatGPT. Write me a post with 9 hashtags and 5 emojis minimum about my town, XYZ town, and why to buy a home and live there. Great post. Notice how I'm asking it to write the hashtags and I'm asking it to put the emojis without my creative insight. And guess what? It does it. And it'll be all local, hyper local content. Anybody using this? How many people could use this? If you're gonna use this, say I would use this in the chat. Very simple, right? Write me a post with 9 hashtags and 5 emojis about my town and why to buy. Or write me a post with 9 hashtags and 5 emojis minimum about my town and why to sell. Or why to move here. Or what's the market report like, citing 3 sources. Whatever you want, you can ask and it will write it for you beautifully. In fact, I will say it'll write it more beautifully than I could write it. You could post that to Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, by the way, Marcia asks, right? So look, I asked ChatGPT, look what it produced. Why Nashville is the place to buy a home right now with these emojis. Thinking about making Music City your home? Here's why now is the perfect time to buy in Nashville. Booming economy and job market, right? Live music scene like no other. Green spaces and outdoor fun. Foodie heaven. Affordable for now. Pretty smart. You know how long this would take me to actually write? Mario's good at this, but I'm not. Like, this would take me an hour to write this well. And then, how many of you deal with this? You don't post it because you're scared of a spelling error. You don't post it because you're scared of judgment. You don't post it because you fear someone might say, oh, that's not accurate. Well, ChatGPT is going to be pretty accurate. ChatGPT is not going to have spelling errors. It's going to make it look elegant and professional, so why not use it? And the best part is you don't have to use it exactly like that. You could take that as a suggestion and then modify it. Does that make sense? Isn't that pretty wild? Like, that's how good it is. It knows this stuff better than we do a lot of the times, right? Here are some more post ideas. This home just broke a local record. Find the most expensive home that's sold and say, this home just broke a local record. You won't believe how much this home just sold for in your city. Great question, Eric. Eric says, what's the mix of personal versus business? Listen, if you're on your personal Facebook page, it should be 80% personal, 20% business. If you're on your Facebook business page, you can flip the script, right? So you don't want to turn people off because you're doing too much business online. Here's another great post idea. I literally asked ChatGPT maybe 2 hours before this call, give me 5 viral post ideas for Facebook for real estate agents. Here's one. The craziest thing I've seen while showing homes. Real estate agents see it all, but this was next level. You know how many people would continue reading that? Because they want to know what's next level. Stop. Don't buy a home without asking these 3 questions first. Pretty good, right? I asked ChatGPT for that. How much house can you buy for $500K in XYZ city versus other cities? I bet you can't guess the price of this home. This home is stunning, but would you guess the price? So you get the idea here. You need to catch their attention in whatever way you can, because this is an attention game. The more technology, the more social media, this will always be an attention game. And guess what happens? The attention goes away when there's too much spam, right? So you got to stand out in the noise. I just came from an event where there was 9,000 agents. I'm sorry, but everybody looked the same to me, right? They all stampeded by our booth coming from Gary Keller's talk, and they went right by our booth, right? But there were a few people that stood out to me. And you know why they stood out? Because they had a shirt that said something like, the worst realtor ever, right? Or real estate influencer. Or they had a hat. They had something different. Same thing on Facebook, same thing on Instagram. How are you going to be different? How are you going to catch their attention? How are you going to develop those relationships, right? So you might use AI to give you suggestions on how to do it. Because let's face it, we're all not that creative. So AI can help you be creative. Facebook and relationships. Many of you ask me, post on business, post on personal. Be you. And I struggle with this. Mario knows. He's like, Alex, can't you be more authentic? That's not really what you wanted to say. Why don't you say what you really want to say? Right, Mario?
I know, this is great. You get to be vulnerable and throw yourself in front of the camera so we can all criticize you. I challenge all of you guys joining. I love it. By the way, this is a great community, Alex. I'm seeing how people are like chatting with each other, commenting off each other's comments. This is a really great crowd. But really, you mentioned at the very beginning, you said you're not that smart, you're not that genius of technology. You're just a couple steps ahead. And the reason why you're a couple steps ahead is because you're willing to jump first and then find out how it works. Whereas most people, they're holding back and they're holding back and they're holding back, and it's already 2025. Somebody mentioned about their granddaughter, and now they're thinking they're going to start posting. So I challenge you to just get out there. If you make a fool of yourself, but you're an authentic fool, chances are people are going to like you, follow you, and give you their business.
Bingo. So I'll tell you an authentic fool story, because fools fall in love, right? So I'm on Facebook, and I see somebody. I was going through a divorce, and I wasn't in a great place, but I saw somebody, and I was like, hey, let me friend request her. She was a friend of this woman This woman was my friend, and her sister, somebody that was like, hey, I'd like to know your sister. And I sent her a Facebook Messenger. And I was really authentic, and I said, I'm getting divorced. I have 2 kids, but I'd love to get together for coffee. And some people might say that's stalkerish. In fact, I actually was taken off of a stage once for sharing this story. But I don't care, because this is real life. This actually happened, right? So I share on Facebook Messenger. I connected, created a relationship, and here I am 5 years later, living with the love of my life. And we have a blended family with 3 kids. Real story, right? She could never dream of meeting somebody like that. I could never dream of meeting somebody like her. And we're together because we met on Facebook Messenger.
By the way, is the other friend still single?
I don't know.
Okay.
So here we are with our family, and we have 3 kids together, right? So listen, Facebook is for building relationships, right? And I know for some people it gets a little like too much information. Like, I don't need to see about your lunch. I don't need to hear about all your personal details, but it's about you deciding what's good for you. So if you want to build a deeper relationship with your clients, Facebook's available, right? If you want to prospect, Facebook's available. If you want to build deeper relationships and get out there, post on Facebook, post video on Facebook. That'll multiply your results, right? Build relationships through direct messenger. I've closed investors on Facebook. I have so many clients on Facebook. People get to know me. People have told me the reason they stay with our company is because of me on Facebook, because they actually know who I am and what kind of person I am. So if you can be authentic and real, you can really, you can win on Facebook because you're being you. So we don't have to be fake. We can actually be real, and that's okay. So another thing is, how do you leverage Facebook Messenger as a real estate agent? So I asked AI, what are great ways to engage using Facebook Messenger? Well, first of all, if you're going to use Facebook Messenger, the first thing they're going to do is check out your Facebook profile. So they're going to legitimize you through your Facebook profile. So somebody asked, should I have a banner? Yes. Should I have my QR code on the banner? That'll work great on desktop, not necessarily as great on mobile because they can't scan from mobile to mobile. Marcy, I'm going to give you the answer to that question in a second. So we optimize your Facebook profile. You use Messenger to have auto replies. That's a setting that you can do on Facebook Messenger. So if they message you, most of you are not sitting there waiting for the message. We would on text message, but not on Facebook Messenger. So you want to have an auto reply that says, I got your message. Thank you. I'll get back to you shortly. You want to engage with people. Do not sell them on Facebook Messenger. That's the first way to turn somebody off. Just like on Facebook groups, and I know many of you do this, and I'll tell you right now, it doesn't work. Do not go into a Facebook group and just start sharing your listings. In fact, we have a private Facebook group, and agents do that quite a bit. And it's like, no, this is not the venue for that. Advertising has its own venue. Facebook groups are to build relationships. Send personalized follow-up. The one thing that AI will never change is authenticity. You being authentic is going to cut through the AI noise. And a really good thing that cuts through the noise is actually to send, whoops, Mari took over my screen or something?
No, I did not.
Something happened there. Can everybody see my screen again? There we go.
Yep.
Okay. So the other thing is voice messages on Facebook Messenger. Just like you do text message voice, you can do Facebook message voice or Facebook message video, even more real. That saves you time, by the way. Instead of you typing, you just voice message or you do a video. And then convert those conversations to appointments. But that's the long play. That's not the right away play. You can't just message somebody and say, hey, want to hop on a call? No, it doesn't work like that. You want to build that relationship that eventually leads to an appointment or a conversation offline. Was that useful? And this is straight out of AI. I went to ChatGPT and says, how do you leverage Facebook messages for a real estate agent? And they gave me 10 different ways, but I only thought 6 would apply to you all. So I chose those 6. So the theme of this call really is AI gives you suggestions and recommendations on how to improve your business, and you take what you like from it and you leave the rest. It's not perfect either, but it saves you a ton of time. And we need time, right? We have time that we want to spend with our families. We have time we want to spend on vacation. We want to have time with our clients. So all this techie stuff, if there's a way to improve the productivity, you want to leverage that. Monica's asking about the auto replies. That's a setting in Facebook. So you have to go into your profile account settings and it's in there. And again, you can ask AI, Monica. Say, hey, how do I edit my auto reply on Facebook? And it'll literally give you a step-by-step on how to do it. So once again, I can give you all the answers, I can do all the research, but I want to teach you all to start fishing for yourselves because it's all available right there and it's that fast, right? It's faster than me even going to look it up for you. So here's a Facebook personal page for Ernest Chi, one of our clients. And how you know it's a personal page is because it has the button Friends. Here's a business page. It has a Call Now button. So on his personal page, he's keeping it more personal. On his business page, he's keeping it more business. That's how you all make the distinction. Where are you going to build your relationship? Let's see who's listening on this call. Where are you going to build relationships? Is it on your Facebook personal or on your Facebook business? Put personal or business in the chat. Where are you going to build your relationships? Personal. Thank you. Perfect. And how are you going to build your relationships is you're going to friend request people. And how you're going to develop the relationships even further is you're going to direct message those people. And I always love to use the birthday example. 200 people commented happy birthday on my timeline, May 27th, right? 5 people sent me a DM. What do you think I paid more attention to first? The 5 who sent me a DM or the 200 who commented on my wall, right? The DM, it's more powerful. Guess what? Probably took about the same amount of time for somebody to do the DM as it was for them to write something long on my wall. But they knew which door to go through. We want to know which doors to go through to get the highest ROI on our time. Does that make sense? I'm always looking for that. Mario knows we're always looking what doors do we go through to reach all of you to get the highest ROI on our time. I could email you an invitation to this webinar. Good luck. I could text you an invitation, way better response rate. I could do a video invite, even higher response rate, right? Facebook personal. This is my Facebook personal. You can see I have 4,900 friends, just below 5,000. Why? Because 5,000 is the max. So that's got to be your goal for all of you, right? Marie's like, I reply to your email. Thank you, Marie. It's just when we're emailing 200,000 people, we see a much higher response rate on the text than the email at this point. Yes, friend request your contacts. If you're ready to go there, Judith, that's a great thing to do. If they're contacts that you want to have as relationships on Facebook and you're okay with them seeing your content, absolutely build those relationships. So let's jump ahead here to groups, because a lot of people ask about groups. I have some info on groups for you. Boom. There's tons of groups that you can join. That's how I got to my 4,900. And I got to them in a way that put me in the right circles, in the right rooms, through the right doors. So what groups can you join? Well, if you're in Westchester, New York, you want to search for Westchester, New York groups. Like I grew up in Westchester. Well, this one's Florida, right? Or just be specific to your local area and find groups of local residents. Maybe it's the parents group. Maybe it's the paddleboarding group in Miami. Do you run marathons? Join a marathon group. Those are like-minded people. Do you play tennis? Join a tennis group. Do you play pickleball? Join a pickleball group in your local area. Now you have things in common with those people. Now what you don't do is go in the group and pollute it with your listings. You go in the group and you provide value. And I'll tell you how to do this. This is another great group of real estate agents, lab coat agents. You can go in here and say, what's a good technology to get leads? And they will tell you, because the group consists of real estate agents. Tristan Ahumada owns that group and Nick Baldwin. So I went to AI and I said, what's the best groups on Facebook for real estate agents? Yeah, John says everyone should be part of LCA. I agree. There's so much good information in that group because it's actually the agents in the group, right? So I went and asked, what are the best Facebook groups for real estate? And of course, Lab Coat Agents came up number one from ChatGPT. Inman Coast to Coast, a group of Inman agents that go to Inman conferences from coast to coast came up. Raise the Bar in Real Estate came up. Real Estate Community USA came up, right? And Tristan, by the way, he's an advisor in our company, so we work together a lot. So I just went to Facebook, I went to ChatGPT and said, what are the best Facebook groups for real estate? And boom, ChatGPT gave me the best answers. Once again, teaching you how to fish here, right? Now, how do you engage in the group? So I asked ChatGPT, what's the best way to engage in Facebook groups? And I took the best answers and I brought them to all of you. Okay? Number one, provide value first. Don't sell. This is what I'm talking about with the listings. Don't post your listings, your open houses. Nobody wants to hear that. Share helpful things. You can share a market update from time to time, but without selling. Ask thought-provoking questions in the group. So just like I said, the questions earlier on today, you can put a question in the group. That's how you create a lot of engagement. So if you went in the Lab Coat Agents group, a great question would be, what is the best way to get leads for the least investment? And a bunch of people will comment. Or who has tried Zillow Premier? Who has tried Homes.com? Who's getting results with Realtor.com? And you'll get answers. Those are thought-provoking questions, right? Michael says, not a goofy question, Michael. Great question, actually. A lot of people think of this. You join groups from your personal account, not your business account. You join as a person because you're a person joining the group. You're not a business joining the group. You're a person joining the group. Doesn't mean they're going to see all your stuff. They would still have to friend request you to see all your stuff, unless you're public, right? But that's how you join the groups, is from your personal account. Answer questions and be a resource. This is really where the gold is, everybody. So if I joined a local group, I wouldn't be in there posting listings. I'd be asking questions. I would say, I'd be offering valuable info like, hey, a new restaurant just opened up in town. I went to it. It was great. Try ordering this, this, and that. There's a new dog-friendly park that just opened up. That's what I would do in local groups. Provide value. be a resource, answer questions, be the market expert, share real stories, leverage polls, and do fun, engaging posts, right? Post industry news. But again, be careful that you're not overselling, right? Share behind the scenes content, things you're going through with the business, with your life, with homeowners, different things like that. But be consistent and show up. So be consistent on your personal profile. It's as simple as posting a question, or it could be a picture of you. Those are going to be the engaging posts. People want to see you, right? And then use AI to enhance your responses, right? If you're going to respond to a post, you might use AI to help you write it. Avoid spam and over promotion. Facebook ads, be careful. This can get expensive very quickly, okay? So just be careful with Facebook ads. I would recommend that if you're going to do it, hire a proper consultant. And proper consultant is not like $100 a month. A proper consultant is usually like $1,000 to $2,000 a month to do it right. And the consultant matters more than the ad spend. You'd rather have a really good consultant before you go deep into this, okay? I've seen too many agents waste money on this and get burned. So stay tuned to what's next with Facebook, because there's always launching new things. But a couple of basic steps that you all should do is make sure your personal page is set up, that you start friending people, that you start using DM, right? That your Facebook business page is set up, that you look professional, you look solid online. Then you can start exploring the tools like open houses, Facebook groups, direct messenger, all of that. And if you have questions, email us at hello@realgrader.com. So 1 to 10 today, or actually let me take a different score. 1 through 100 today. How would you rate today's course? Was it valuable for you? What was your biggest takeaway? Let me know. 199, 120, 100, 100. Love it. I so appreciate that. Yes, Mary, leaving room for improvement. I love it. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. So my last request, if you haven't given us a review and you thought this class was valuable, feel free to go to realgraderreview.com. Give us a 5-star review. We're over 1,000 reviews on Google right now. But here's a big thing that I learned this week that I wanted to land with you all. You all need to be asking for reviews too. You all provide so much value to the community that you serve, and most of the times you don't ask for a review. And part of why I do this is because I'm asking for reviews on every Friday. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to give you value. But at the end of the day, I ask for a review. And what I'm trying to teach you all is that you should be asking too. And why? Because you're valuable, your time is valuable, and people look you up online. And when they look you up online, they need to see reviews. And I went to Keller Williams Family Reunion just now. Most of the agents I met with had 0 reviews. It blew my mind. And these were people that did 30 years of business. They're like, I just never ask, Alex. I'm like, you never ask? Why are you not asking? 90% of reviews are, or 73% of reviews are on Google, and people look you up to decide if they're going to do business with you. So you should be asking for reviews. You should be asking for feedback, because that tells you how to improve your company, right? So if you have feedback for me, give me feedback too, because that tells me what's missing. What can I improve here? How can I serve better? But go out there and ask for reviews. Take this as a guide for you all. Either get a website like yournamereview.com or use your digital card to get reviews, but ask for more reviews, because it's getting harder and harder to get reviews on Google. I don't know if you all noticed this. It is getting more difficult to get reviews, and you don't want to miss this window of opportunity. I want you all to be ahead of the competition, and to be ahead of the competition, one of the factors is going to be how many reviews you have on Google. So I thank you all for your time today. Use Facebook, personal, develop it. Use AI to ask questions, to get suggestions. Share with me, through Instagram or Facebook. Connect with me. Tell me how it's going. Ask for reviews, build your online reputation. You're all influencers. Like I said on stage this week to thousands of people, you all are real estate influencers. You influence people's purchasing decisions. You are the market leaders. You're the industry experts. You're the one showing up on a call on a Friday when you could be chilling. You're showing up to learn and grow, to reach more people and help more homeowners. You're the influencers. So own it. Say, I'm a real estate influencer, right? Be part of our community. Be part of like the influencers that help people with the toughest decision of their life, which is moving and buying. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a bunch of people that are brand new today, by the way. They were invited from a different pool of wonderful candidates. If you want to tell them how to join the Raving Fans so they can be in the loop for future trainings.
Oh, yes. So yeah, if you want to be part of our future trainings, very simple. Just text the word training and I'll put it here, training to 516-400-41, and we'll add you to the list. And we do this every Friday, everybody. Every Friday is a different topic. Next week is Instagram and AI. Last week was the power of video marketing. I do LinkedIn. I cover different subjects, different trainings, different ways. So just make sure you text into that phone number. In fact, I'll put the phone number here for you all to make it easy. 6-400-4161, and just text the word training, text training to that number. And just by texting in, then you'll get the invitation every Friday. Okay? So text training to 51. And I thank you all for being here, for taking a stand for your business. And here's the link one last time for reviews. And I recommend getting your own link like this. You might get yourname.realtor, or you might get an Instacart to do this as well.
Yeah, some folks are not understanding. You got to get off on your mobile phone, and you have to text the number 5. And when you send the message, type the word training. Don't text here in the chat. That's not going anywhere. You need to text the number from your mobile phone.
Yeah, let me explain how this works, everybody. If you take out your mobile phone and you text 516 and just text the word training, it automatically adds you to our list. It'll ask you for your basic information. It'll opt you into the list so that we can legally send you the information, because we can't just spam you. So that's the best way to get on the list.
And
the replay does get sent. Yeah, the replay does get sent out. So Mario sends the replay out once the editing processes and all of that. We send out the replay to everybody. And if you get on our list, the training list, then you can even ask for replays, and we have a link to some of the previous replays as well.
We keep it fresh. We keep it current. We keep it hot. You're going to get information that will truly open up doors for your business this upcoming week or over this weekend.
Yeah, I just met a guy. Yeah, last thing, I met a guy named Craig. You didn't get to meet him, Mario. I met him in Las Vegas. He comes up to me. He's like, I saw you at the National Association of Realtors. I've been coming to your trainings. I had 0 reviews on Google, right? He had 0. And now he has over 25 reviews on Google, and he got his first deal from Google, right? So it's just, you need to ask, everybody. It's amazing. Just the power of the ask is so powerful. And the other thing that he was doing was he was sharing his digital card with everybody at the event. And at some point, I saw 3 gentlemen come up, and they all had their digital cards, and they were sharing their QR codes. That was a pretty cool moment for me to see our product in use like that. So I thank you all for being here. We'll talk to you next Friday. Have a great week. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.